This is part 2 of me trying out Clio Work versus Claude with its AI legal plugin versus ChatGPT and a little bit of Westlaw thrown in. So where we left off was that I basically broke Clio Work. It's stuck in this spinny wheel of death and I can't go any further. But it did a great job identifying what the legal issues were and then giving me all of the relevant Arizona law related to those topics. Then I took that over to Claude with the legal plugin, and what's really cool about Claude, the legal plugin, is you're much more conversational than you are with Clio Work. So you can say, hey, here's my case, here's my upcoming, here's what's going on, here's my role, here's the legal research I have thus far, analyze the issues. And it'll go out, it'll look at the law that I gave it and the theories that I gave it. It will analyze the facts. So like I gave it documents and it would read through the documents to pull out things that were strong for my case and things that were weak. It knew dad's arguments versus mom arguments. Clio Work can do that too, just not quite as conversationally, which was really nice. It did independent research and it could verify and validate some of the key law in Arizona that it could find. And it pointed out these cases I don't have as much confidence in. You need to check these, especially with Westlaw. And I did, and they were unpublished decisions. That doesn't mean they don't have the same weight, but they are helpful. It outlined an oral argument, and then I asked it to write drafts of oral arguments. It did. I could add in different arguments I wanted to make or different parts that I thought were strong or weak, and it would update those arguments. It did a pretty good job. Then I took all of that over to ChatGPT, created a project, uploaded the documents, and I did not take the oral argument from Claude, but I asked ChatGPT to make an oral argument. Now, before it did anything, it asked me about the judge, which none of the other platforms had done. And so it said, tell me about the judge and what's most persuasive to this judge and what's important to them. Now, I've never been in front of this judge because it's an outer county in Arizona, but so I said, I don't know. But one of the documents I had given it was a transcript from a non-evidentiary hearing, and it looked at the transcript and pulled out statements from the judge and made its own analysis that the judge was very legal and statutory driven based on comments that the judge had made, and therefore it suggested that we make our oral argument according to the judge's preferences. I feel like all of these models made significant contributions, and that my work next week is going to be stronger because of all of them. And I think some are better at some things than others. I want to start with a new legal topic in Claude and see what it can do as compared to Clio Work. So I will do that experiment and let you know how it goes.